she came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle.
Please wait. Mr. Whitmer.
Eh?
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Who are you?
Sorry, sir. A crisp shirt will only get you so far in life, know what I mean?
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here.
Go do your job.
Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Excellent. Good
A
job.
famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
Look, it's the Karate Kid.
Jesus Christ.
Move to Tango, Quebec 6 Delta. Tango is into disguise. Over. Contact! Roger that.
Thornbridge Manor.
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
Checking out some strange noises. Stand by.
No hard feelings, sir, but I need you to turn around and walk back the way you came from.
Hey, you trespass. Asshole! You're gonna regret this! What? See something? Stay on contact! That was a gunshot! I'm hit! I'm hit! Seems like a mother! I don't believe Glenn is dead!
what her needs. You have
Oh,
to be
by the way.
concerned before you
Huh?
see Madame Carlyle inside. Hi.
Oh, by the way.
Sir, I just need to check.
That's a bit excessive, I think, considering the fact that I spotted no less than 2 routes to get inside the house unseen.
We know what we're doing, sir. Don't worry about that.
What did I tell you? She's a sensible one. And that stuff from your ex...
Heightened security measures means I can't let you through here, mate.
I know. I guess I thought she was gonna read into them and freak out. Say I must have done something to provoke her.
Shit, man. Villain really did a number on us.
So, how long have you been working here?
About a month now.
You're American. What on earth are you doing in this shithole? I feel like you belong to clubs in London. I bet you're a great dancer.
I don't like dancing.
What about restaurants, then? You like food? I know some great places. You should come visit. I'll take you somewhere really nice. Spend a few bucks. A girl like you deserves that.
I don't know.
Time any of the involved parties have been caught up in something like this, and are simply not the case, is it? Ultimately, this whole ordeal will barely be a footnote on anyone's wiki page.
Okay, next up is a rare fashion misstep from Townsend Space. Past weekend during your appearance at the annual market.
Appliance has been turned on.
How tall are you? You can be tall later, okay?
Yeah, man, it's all in good fun, isn't it? Let's see who is without...
Gotta keep that windscreen clean. I just thought something. I think I lost a button from my cuff yesterday, probably at the graveyard. It's just pop down and have a look. I like to cry. Right. What colour? White. Please be quick about it.
Maybe start in the city.
Can't go without my button now, can I?
This way. Priming, you said. That sounds interesting.
It's like planting seeds that will grow into telling actions or words.
I see. Do you wish to plant any such seeds with me before I leave you to it?
I already have. And fruit. They
Excuse me, but who are you again?
Stop! Huh?
Hello, sir.
Hey there. You are bold, not easily faced, self-controlled, and always a step ahead. All qualities a murderer would benefit from. Wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't know, I'm afraid. If that is all, sir, please do come to find me.
Just one question. Is that burned leather I can smell on you? Unusual for a butler to burn leather.
I don't know what you...
Seeds, Mr. Fernsby. Seeds. And the stage is set. Hidden desires, buried truths, conflict and intrigue. This will be good.
Work of art.
Gregory, something's off. Pruitt put word his motion was rejected. We all signed the bloody thing 4 days ago.
Oh, dear God, not this again.
So I got hold of the officer. He says it was finalized, but then how can it be withdrawn?
Just wait a few days. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
Yes, hi, Captain. You again. Edward. I know I'm not supposed to be the next last time, I promise. It's just... I don't know how to handle this whole situation. I don't think I can reflect. I can't feel my legs. My eyes are not working. Flicker, Senator. You can't tell anyone. But the thing is, I can ask for them.
Bad news, I'm afraid. We don't have any Ethel looks everywhere.
Got no power, no work.
Carlisle will be furious. She expects the family photos to be done any moment.
And right in front of me, the greenhouse.
And I need it to be perfect.
Indeed.
Can't we just take a fuse from another message box?
I guess we could do that.
Good. I'll finish setting up. And then we'll grab the fuse just before
You strike
call
me
down the
as
town.
independent and self-sufficient.
Taking a break where the family might see you. Perhaps you're also perceptive. Tell me the first odd thing that comes to mind when you think of the last 24 hours.
Let me think.
First thing, don't think.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I left 20 quid in my locker, but when I came in this morning, it was only a $5.
Nope, not perceptive at all. You are invading my personal space, sir.
Even exist anymore. How old is this shit?
Muddy prints from high heels. Expensive. Size 6.
Okay.
Do me a favor and see what that's about, would you?
For sure.
No! No! No!
If you're dressed like a Detective 47, you might as well act the detective. I suggest you go talk to the butler.
Mr. Whitmer, are you ready to inspect the crime scene now?
Place is not brave. Situation is not under control. I don't like this. Okay, I got it. I have no idea. I didn't see him.
I received the full token.
That is Alexa Carlyle, unofficial
Did I
leader
understand
of the Providence
Mr. Fernsby,
Partners, and
I'm
last
ready
one
to see the
be
crime
alive.
scene.
Very well, Mr. Whitman. If you'll follow me, sir.
For
Before you
centuries, the
inspect the
Carlyles
crime
have
scene,
fought to
I will tell
prosper
you this.
all of us.
The case concerns
alone.
the death of Mr. Zachary,
If we could
Madam
only
Carlyle,
unite
younger
across
brother.
time,
He was
we
found dead
could
in his bed
crush
this morning.
them all.
The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madam Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. You've likely not exhausted the room for clues, 47.
Sir?
A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come. This is very useful information, 47.
See me when you do.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us.
I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. How do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything...
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Why waste away in front of the books when he can play like that? That music makes my heart soar.
Quite the poet. But you're right. It's beautiful.
Did Alice tell you what Emma did when she arrived?
What is it now?
She turned up and demanded to be put up in Madame Carlyle's bedroom. We're the new heads of the family after all. It is only fitting, she said. Well, Gregory put a stop to that, which was a surprise. He normally accepts his wife's outrageous behaviour without batting an eyelid. But staying in his mother's bed so soon was just a bit steep, I suppose.
I saw her rearranging the photos in the sitting room, hiding Madame in the back, and then moving Montgomery to the front. She's not right in her head. Why would she do that? He died almost 50 years ago. Oh, thank God Madame Carlyle is still alive.
But he... I think you are coming on a little too strong, mister.
So 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I'm getting a headache from all the decisions. I mean, pram or stroller, comforter or not. Should I ask her to marry me? What if she says no? And then this big funeral thing tomorrow. It's the last thing I need.
I remember how it was with the first. Hey!
Oh, isn't that yours? Can I help you? You're kind of inside my personal space. But he was such a gentleman.
Don't forget to take it with you.
He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Pat.
Okay. Excuse me, you dropped something.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
Amy is a great lass. You love her, she loves you. And now a wee one on the way. I'll say you're one lucky bastard.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Painkillers. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47?
Mary is so upset. And she's never seen a dead body before.
Poor thing.
Alexa, back from the dead. A make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, it's all too much.
We'll all need a vacation when this is over.
With so many of us in, we'll get everything we plan for the next few months done in 3 days.
If they find out how efficient we can be, they'll let half of us go. So don't work too hard, Catherine.
This is no time for jokes. It's not like Madame Carlyle to do something like this. Desperate times will be desperate measures.
I don't believe for a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
Yes, sure. But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things would be handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. I said they let him stay here, but Ethel was sure Emma would throw him out first chance she got. Now we'll never know.
Oh, my. You're sitting this hard, aren't you?
Broken lab equipment. It looks like it was recently used, though.
grab Rebecca's attention. I had planned to offer her comfort, but now that Madame Carlyle isn't dead after all, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but... What's that? Do you mind? I need to be left alone, okay? If I could just think of something interesting to say during the shoot to grab Rebecca's attention. I had planned to offer her comfort, but now that Madame Carlyle isn't dead after all, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but what's that whole thing about anyway?
Oh, my lips are sealed. Oh, not that I know anything. And you better keep your mouth shut too, if you know what's good for you.
Anymore. How old is this ship? You really get to know someone when you work in their home, right?
Well, I guess so. I never thought about it that way.
I'm thinking about Rebecca. I'd really like to show her my work. I just need a good in. What would you say if you wanted to get her attention?
Oh, well, I don't know her that well. She doesn't live here, and when she's here, she's always really busy. Always on the phone, or reading papers, or emails.
Step into mid-century. It's not safe at all. If this was at home, it would be a lot waiting to happen. Bunch of old junk. 100 years old at least. I don't know how the British can stand it. Kids anymore. How old is this shit? Step into this century. It's not safe at all. Just look back home. It would be a loss waiting to happen. Bunch of old junk. Be 100 years old at least. I don't know how the British can stand it.
exist anymore. How old is this shit? Seriously needs to step into this century. It's not safe at all. If this was back home, it would be a lawsuit waiting to happen. Bunch of old junk. 100 years old at least. I don't know how the bridge is standing. Do they even exist anymore? How old is this shit? step into this century. It's not safe at all. If this was back home, it would be a lawsuit waiting to happen. Bunch of old junk. Must be 100 years old at least. I don't know how to bring it.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room. Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens.
Who am I kidding? He's probably not looking for anything serious.
Hello, sir.
Did you want to check on that undertaker in charge of the funeral? I got word he's upset with Madame Carlyle. Everything's in order?
That is the door to Rebecca's room. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Carlisle account, HTC depot number. Yes, I'm still here. It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Right. I'll double check and get back to you.
Hey! Oh.
Yes, sir. Will do. Out.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47.
Yeah, I can't. Sir, you should go back the way you came. You might get into trouble.
Gotta dig this place. Ancestral graveyard, trophy room, and the office safe is hidden behind a portrait, with a secret mechanism for uncovering it. It's got real soul.
First time here?
Yep.
Yeah, it's impressive, all right.
Safe in Madame Carlyle's office. I bet that's where she keeps the file on Arthur Edwards.
You're not allowed here. In case you didn't hear me, follow me, now. What the...
I don't believe you have clearance to this area.
Peculiar icons above the safe. I wonder if they might be some sort of a code. Maybe have a look around the office, 47. Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
Whoa there, buddy. You're trespassing. Stop! You hear me? Command, I got nothing. Standing by.
What do you think you're doing? You don't belong here. I need some help here!
I can't forget his eyes. They were so swollen, it didn't even look like Zachary.
Around where I know skinheads are not welcome.
I'll look into it.
Hi.
Sir.
Don Yates, Alexa Carlyle here. You need to explain yourself. I demand that you return my call ASAP. Sending a junior attorney is gross negligence of your responsibilities and will have consequences for your company and you personally as well. I will make sure of that. Mark my words.
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick.
What?
And that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
What a gentleman.
It's a hell of a uniform you got there, guy.